Well, hello, my little subjects. My name's King Wolfon. Welcome back to the first food court in a while. You can see my background's a bit different. I've moved my setup upstairs, so the acoustics might be a bit different because I haven't had time to soundproof anything. But the lighting's a lot better up here. I actually didn't have to really adjust any settings on my camera, so that's nice for once. So yeah, hopefully going forward these live videos will look a little bit nicer, and then hopefully I'll get the sound figured out eventually, and we'll be good to go. Today we're testing some Old Smoky Tennessee whiskeys. So will they be smooth as Tennessee whiskey? Will they be sweet as strawberry wine? Will they be warm as a glass of brandy? Or will they suck? We don't know until we try them. I have some Old Smoky Tennessee Blackberry and some Old Smoky, there's my camera moving because my desk is unstable. There's some Old Smoky Tennessee root beer whiskey. I'm also going to be mixing these both with root beer to see how they taste, because why not? I always mix my whiskey with stuff in these videos. Blackberry whiskey I have mixed with root beer before to good results. Root beer whiskey I've never tried before, so we'll see if it actually tastes like root beer. I'm already doing the thing where I stare into the screen and not into the camera where you guys are. So yeah, you can see my other monitor back there. I broke that the other night trying to set up this desk, so that's lovely. I'm down to one monitor setup for now, but enough rambling. We should probably get into this taste test. So we're going to start with the blackberry. So the reason I got this in the first place is I was hoping to find some blackberry crown somewhere and no one had it. And then I noticed that there was this blackberry whiskey on the bottom shelf and I went, all right, we'll grab that. And then the root beer whiskey was right next to it. So that's why we got root beer and blackberry whiskey. It's nothing special about them. It's just that I wanted blackberry and then I saw the root beer one there. So we're going to start with blackberry. Excuse how much I'm sweating. My fan and AC are turned off because they'll get picked up on the mic. Oh, that's insanely sweet. That's almost too sweet. That's almost too much blackberry. With it's been a while since I've had straight shots of whiskey. These are just completely warm, straight from the liquor store. I'm realizing right now why I really need to get a mic holder. I don't want to slap the mic now. That's gonna come up. Ignore me. This is the first live thing I've recorded in a while. Elgato makes a thing you can attach to the side of the desk that's a big arm you can move with the mic. I need one of those. I haven't bought one yet. I probably should. That's really blackberry forward, really fruity forward. If you like fruity whiskeys, if you like flavored whiskeys, you're gonna probably like that. But I think it was almost like candy, like too much blackberry, which is crazy because blackberry whiskey is my favorite flavored whiskey. As I mentioned in the Crown blackberry review and in the Labrador like Black Lab whiskey from the Wisconsin video where I got some whiskeys or some alcohol at Wisconsin Dells and reviewed them for a video. The Black Lab whiskey was both really good, both insanely good. Good mix of whiskey burn plus blackberry. This is too much blackberry. Kind of the opposite problem I have as like Bird Dog whiskey. I think Bird Dog whiskey is too whiskey forward and not enough blackberry. This is the complete opposite. The Old Smoky Tennessee is almost entire. It's like it tastes like drinking. Like imagine you went to go get a snow cone, right? And the place had a blackberry snow cone. And when you ordered the blackberry snow cone, the guy grabbed you by the neck, like the scruff of the neck, like you're a cat, and shoved your head under the syrup thing and just squeezed it, right? And now you have nothing but blackberry in your mouth, and that's not what you asked for. You asked for a blackberry snow cone. I asked for blackberry whiskey, and that was just blackberry syrup directly down my throat. Dude, I feel like that'll be a good mixer for stuff like Coke and root beer and Sprite. But as its own, that was interesting. So we're gonna move on to the root beer one, which I will say from smells, just pouring it out, it smells so much like root beer. Like, you know those old root beer candies Mama and Papa would have in their on them at church. So you go to church Sunday morning and Mama walks up and she either has butterscotch or she has root beer candies, and no one knows where the root beer candies come from. They were a Halloween bag item 27 years ago and they've still lasted till now, but Mama has them. That's what it smells like. So just search your memory bank for root beer candies and that's what it smells like. Oh, that's weird. That's really good, but it's weird. So as someone who drinks a crap ton of root beer and a crap ton of diet root beer because of health reasons, that would, like, if I had that as a soda, if that was carbonated, really good root beer, really sweet. You can taste the vanilla. Not overly, I think it's because it's not carbonated, it doesn't have that bite that root beer has. But yeah, I think root beer candy was spot on. So those root beer candies that you get at the bottom of your trick-or-treat bag, or Sunday morning church, mama and papa are like, here's some candy for you, sonny. Like that's pretty much spot on to what that is. That's really good. Again, I don't know if I'll be drinking that straight too much or if I'll be mixing with other stuff. Speaking of mixing it with other stuff, my soda mixer today will be zero sugar mug root beer. Now, first off, I don't want to hear jack crap, okay, about, hey, King Wolfa, you're drinking zero sugar root beer for health reasons, but you're also drinking whiskey. What's wrong with you? Shut up. I don't care. I get zero sugar root beer because it's one of the few sodas that the taste doesn't change too much when you get a zero sugar, and I like a root beer with my dinner, and I'm trying to cut sugar in my diet. So shut up. I still like to drink whiskey sometimes, and you're not going to judge me for it, or I'm going to cry. So shut up and go away. Anyway, so I'm going to be mixing these with zero sugar mug root beer. So let me pour these out, and then we'll get into the rest of the review. All right, so we're doing root beer on root beer first because I think it's just going to make it sweeter. This is about 2 shots of whiskey to 1 can of mug zero sugar root beer. I'm thinking it's just going to make it a little sweeter, but we'll see. Exactly. Yep. It just made it a little sweeter. So I don't know if you've ever had zero sugar mug root beer. It tastes almost exactly like regular mug root beer. So it's a little on the sweeter side as far as root beers go. So all that did was make it a little bit even sweeter. That's probably what I'll be in if the blackberry one kind of sucks, then that's probably what I'm going to be mixing the rest of this root beer whiskey with till I'm through with it. That's actually insanely good. I just realized I haven't been giving out of 10s. Blackberry whiskey on its own, we're gonna give a 7 out of 10 because it's a little too sweet. Root beer whiskey, I'll give an 8 out of 10. It's really good. It's on the sweeter side, so if you like sweet flavored whiskeys, either one of these will do you good. I think the blackberry is a little too sweet for me. Remember, I gave the Crown one like a 10 out of 10, I'm pretty sure. But the root beer whiskey I like. I would be more inclined, I was gonna give them both 7s, but I would be more inclined to drink the root beer one on its own than the blackberry one on its own, so I'm gonna give it an extra point over the blackberry. That makes sense? That makes sense? All right, so the root beer by itself is gonna get a 8 out of 10. The blackberry is going to get a 7 out of 10. I'm very lenient with my scores, guys. If this is the first review you're watching, I give insanely lenient on my scores. I think I gave like a 1 out of 10 to like some real gross stuff. So we'll see. This is still the root beer one. I just want to get another sip before I give it a rating. We'll stick with 8 out of 10. I don't think the whiskey enhances the root beer, and I don't think the root beer enhances the whiskey. I just think it turns my diet root beer into a little bit sweeter of a, like, it's like as if I had added sugar to my diet root beer. So it's a negligible difference in regular diet mug to diet mug plus Old Smoky root beer whiskey, if that makes sense. Which makes sense. It's root beer whiskey being poured into root beer. It's not going to have a major flavor profile difference between the two. So 8 out of 10 on both the whiskey and the whiskey mixed with root beer. So the last one is going to be the blackberry whiskey mixed with diet root beer. Oh, it's really nice. It tastes almost like if you've ever had the blackberry Canada Dry ginger ale. That's almost exactly what this tastes like, which is weird because root beer and ginger ale do not taste similar at all. That's insane. That's a 9 out of 10 easy. That's so good. Excuse me. That is, I just drooled everywhere. I'm so sorry. That is an easy 9 out of 10. That is so good. I wouldn't say it's the best blackberry thing I've ever had, but the blackberry whiskey mixed with some zero sugar mug, that is insanely good. It, like I said, it tastes almost like a blackberry ginger ale. That is insane how good that tasted. Yeah, so that's, if you're gonna mix your blackberry Old Smoky with something, root beer. Try root beer. That was so good. I would honestly, just from flavor profile wise, this will probably also mix good with cream soda or Sprite. This guy will probably, if you're looking to mix it with stuff, your darker sodas like Coke, Pepsi, root beer. I'm sweating into my glasses. Like I said before, my AC and my fan are both turned off right now, so they aren't picking up on the mic real bad, and I'm sweating up a storm. So I'm gonna wrap this up before I pass out and my wife has to come resuscitate me. But yeah, final thoughts. I'm gonna give the blackberry whiskey on its own a 7 out of 10. If you like fruitier whiskeys, fruitier flavored whiskeys, you're gonna love it. The root beer whiskey, gonna get an 8 out of 10. It's a little on the sweeter side. It's just kind of like a whiskey candy, or not a whiskey candy, a root beer candy. Pretty good. Root beer plus whiskey is going to get just same 8 out of 10. It doesn't really enhance either way. It makes the root beer a little sweeter, adds an alcohol kick to it. That's gonna get you a little buzzed if you drink enough of it. So if you think that's valid enough to bump it up to 9, you can say that. But I'm not gonna bump it up to 9 myself, because this blackberry whiskey mixed with root beer, as much as I want to give it a 10, I do think it's a little less so than the other blackberry things we've tried and the other mixes we've made on this channel. So I am going to have to bump it back down to a 9. But that's kind of just personal preference. I think a lot of people would give it a 10 out of 10, but I'm just going to give it a 9 for the sake of making my ranking system as confusing as possible. Why not? I just spilled the last drop of that all over my phone, so that's great. That's going lovely. Anyway, as you can see, this video is a little bit shorter than my usual food courts. Usually I try and drag them out as long as possible, but I don't want to do that in the future. I want to make them sweet, short to the point. Did I just leave a sweat stain on my roof here? I did. Don't even worry about it. This is going great. Welcome back to Food Court, everybody. So in the future, I want these food court or like magic openings and stuff just to be shorter videos, just to knock out and be like, hey, look at this thing King Wolfile did. Let me go check it out. Take like 10-15 minutes while I'm on a break at work or something. So these in-person videos where you're seeing my face are probably going to be a little shorter than they used to be. I'm not going to try and stretch them out to my like 20 to 30 minute runtime like I usually would, just for the future. And then hopefully with like the lighting being better, hopefully the audio will be better in the near future. I'm working on trying to get the channel as a whole running a little smoother. I got a new job which is going to allow me to record at night and also like during the mornings because of how my shifts work. So I'm hoping that things are going to get even more professional and put together in the future, as opposed to how things kind of are now, where it's just sporadic, doing whatever I can do. So yeah, let me know other foods and whiskeys and products you want me to try on the channel. I also have separate series where I review different products and stuff. I actually intend to probably do reviews over the gym I go to and some of the stores I shop, just as kind of a Royal Judgment episode. I think the only episode of Royal Judgment I have out right now is the Air Up bottle, which I still use from time to time. So if you have any like products or stores or stuff, or like online services and stuff, like I've used Coursera for a long time. I could do one on Coursera for people interested in Coursera, which is an online learning site. So if you just have things you would like to see me review or like to learn about from my perspective, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure I check that out or try and do that for you. And then, like I said, I wanted these like person to person, like me on the camera, hello, how are you doing videos to be a little more often. I'm getting sweat on my ceiling again. Don't worry about it. I'm a sweaty person. Like the Magic, the Gathering pack openings. I want to do, I also want to do, like where I play Commander with friends, where I use like decks I bought on eBay or decks I threw together from the free pile at my local card store. I want to kind of do that type of stuff in the future. So let me know what you want to see from me, where I can see you face to face. My webcam doesn't work super well when I'm playing
actual games, my computer doesn't handle it super well. So it's more like this type of stuff that you'll see. So just let me know and I'll try and work on it. For now, I'm going to stop rambling and thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Food Court. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be good people, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.